Once upon a time, inside the shimmering halls of the School of Tomorrow, every classroom hummed with the magic of technology. Students didn't just learn math and science, they also learned how to work with robots, explore virtual worlds, and understand the mysterious codes behind modern inventions. But one particular subject had recently captured everyone's imagination: decentralized finance, also known as DeFi. In this futuristic school, two curious students stood out: Laia, the imaginative artist who filled her notebooks with dreamlike digital universes, and Theo, the adventurous tinkerer who loved to dismantle gadgets just to see what secrets they held. One bright morning, Miss Clara appeared with excitement sparkling in her eyes. She wasn't carrying books, she held a glowing tablet projecting animated coins, charts, and symbols floating like fireflies. "Today," she announced, "I'm going to teach you something special, the ultimate DeFi playbook for 2025, filled with strategies that can help anyone earn more while taking less risk." The students leaned forward with wide eyes. "Think of DeFi like a giant playground," she continued. "On this playground, you can earn rewards just by exploring, participating, and using smart tools. But the best part is, you don't need to rely on banks or grown-ups to get started. You just need knowledge, curiosity, and responsibility." Theo raised his hand. "So there are safe ways to grow money in DeFi?" "Absolutely," said Miss Clara. "Not everything in DeFi is dangerous or complicated. Many strategies are designed to be low risk, especially when used wisely." Laia chimed in. "And can these strategies help us in the future?" Miss Clara nodded. "Yes, Laia. Understanding DeFi today can give you a powerful advantage tomorrow. It's like learning the rules of a magical game where the rewards grow with your knowledge." With a swipe of her hand, the holographic classroom shifted into a glowing DeFi landscape, floating islands representing staking, lending, liquidity pools, auto-yield vaults, and more. "Welcome," she said, "to the world of smart finance. Let's explore how you can play safely and win big." And so, the adventure into the 2025 DeFi playbook began. The holographic world around the students lit up with bridges, crystal pools, and floating screens displaying friendly animated tokens. "Let's start with our first safe strategy," Miss Clara said. She pointed at a glowing island with coins peacefully spinning in a circle. 1. Staking, the calm garden of rewards. "Here," she explained, "is the staking garden. When you stake tokens, you're simply locking them in place so the network can stay strong and secure." Laia admired the floating orbs growing like fruit. "They're beautiful, and they grow on their own." "Exactly. Staking lets you earn steady rewards without needing to trade. It's one of the safest ways to earn yield." Theo nodded. "Like planting seeds and watching them grow?" _2. Lending, the library of helpful coins. Next, the scene shifted to a grand library where coins floated into shelves and out again. "This," Miss Clara said, "is the lending library. Here, you can lend your tokens to others. The system keeps everything safe with smart contracts, and in return you earn interest." Theo asked, "So, people borrow my coins and I get paid automatically?" "That's right. And lending is considered low risk because the smart contract makes sure everything is fair and secure. _3. Stablecoin vaults, the fortress of safety. The class moved to an enormous crystal fortress guarded by glowing shields. "In this vault," Miss Clara explained, "you earn yield using stablecoins, which are coins that don't change in price. They're tied to real-world currencies." Laia smiled. "So it's like a safe piggy bank that pays you for using it." "Exactly, Laia. Stablecoin vaults are some of the safest places for beginners to earn high yield. _4. Liquidity pools, the river of shared rewards. The classroom shimmered into a flowing river with colorful currents. When you add tokens to a liquidity pool, Miss Clara continued, you help the decentralized exchanges function. Every trade that happens gives you a tiny reward." Theo leaned forward. "But isn't that risky?" "It can be," she admitted. "But there are low volatility pairs like stablecoin to stablecoin that make this strategy much safer." 5. Auto-yield vaults, the robots that work for you? Robotic helpers appeared, managing tokens with precision. These vaults do everything automatically, she said. They reinvest your rewards constantly to help your money grow faster, perfect for beginners. Theo's eyes sparkled. It's like having tiny robots making my money work. Exactly. _6. Portfolio diversification, the map of balance. A large map unfolded, dividing tokens into categories like safe, medium growth, and high potential. No matter which strategies you choose, Miss Clara warned, you must diversify. That means spreading your investments across different tools so one mistake doesn't harm your entire wallet. Laya nodded. Like drawing with many colors instead of just one. Beautifully said, Miss Clara replied. The playbook comes together? Miss Clara waved her hand, and all the elements formed a glowing book titled The Ultimate DeFi Playbook - 2025 Edition. Inside, the recommended low-risk, high-yield path looked like this: 40% in staking, 30% in stablecoin vaults, 20% in lending, 10% in low-volatility liquidity pools. This, she said, is how students and beginners can enter DeFi safely, grow consistently, and protect themselves. The children were amazed. It felt like discovering the rulebook of a treasure-filled game, one that rewarded knowledge and responsibility. During recess, Laya sat on a bench under a glowing tree made of data streams. She hugged her sketchbook and whispered, I love these strategies, but what if I choose the wrong one? What if something goes wrong? Theo sat beside her and flicked a tiny drone away. I felt the same, he said. But think about what Miss Clara taught us. DeFi isn't about guessing, it's about balancing, learning, and choosing safe paths. Laya sighed. But I want to make smart choices. Theo pointed at her drawings. You always start with pencil sketches before you finish a masterpiece, right? DeFi is the same. Start small, try things, learn step by step. That's how you grow. Laya's eyes softened. Do you think one day we'll use this to build our future? Theo smiled. Of course. People are already using DeFi to build businesses, save money, and even help their families. It's not just a game, it's a toolbox for real life. Laya thought for a moment. In the end, it's not just about earning money, is it? Theo shook his head. No. It's about freedom. It means you're not limited by banks or waiting in lines or asking permission. You get to be creative. You get to explore. Laya smiled. And I guess the biggest rule is to learn before jumping. Exactly. As they sat beneath the glowing tree, they realized something extraordinary. DeFi wasn't simply a financial system. It was a new language, a new toolkit, and a new way of creating opportunities, especially for those willing to learn and stay curious. Back in class, Miss Clara excitedly gathered everyone. Now that you've learned the ultimate DeFi playbook, she said, it's your turn to participate in this new world. The children leaned closer. Here are your 3 missions, Miss Clara explained. Mission 1, explore safely. Try DeFi simulators. Watch beginner guides. Test staking with tiny amounts. Learn the tools before using them. The more you explore, she said, the safer and smarter you become. Mission 2, stay creative and responsible. DeFi rewards imagination, she continued. If you think, observe, and experiment carefully, you'll find the perfect strategies for you. Laya raised her hand. So creativity matters? It always matters, said Miss Clara. Creative minds build the best portfolios. Mission 3, share and help others. DeFi grows when people teach each other. So share your knowledge, explain strategies, warn friends about risks, celebrate new discoveries. Theo jumped up. I'll build robots that teach people how to invest safely. Everyone laughed. Miss Clara smiled at the entire class. You already have everything you need: curiosity, imagination, and heart. That's what makes your journey powerful. And with that, the students saw that the DeFi world wasn't just for adults. It was open to anyone brave enough to explore responsibly. When the day ended, Leah and Theo walked out of the School of Tomorrow with glowing holograms floating above them. You know what I learned today? Leah asked. What? That DeFi isn't scary when you understand the rules. And there are safe strategies for people like us. Theo nodded. Yeah. And if we start learning now, imagine where we'll be in 2025. They laughed, imagining themselves as future DeFi experts. Leah creating financial art worlds. Theo building smart contract robots that helped millions of people. Above them, a drone flew by, projecting a bright blue message across the sky. The future of finance belongs to the curious. Keep exploring. Leah smiled. Theo pumped his fist. And together they stepped toward a future filled with opportunity, one where knowledge, responsibility, and imagination were the keys to a world without limits.